Y'all remember ToonTown Online? When I was but a young child of 3, my parents divorced, and then a few years later, when I was like 5, we moved to small town Alabama. My mom picked up me and my sister. Yeah, I know, small town Alabama. I get it's pretty funny. And we were states away from my daddy. And yeah, my parents are divorced. In case you couldn't tell from watching my videos how poorly adjusted I am to adult. Oh no, not even adult, just life. How y'all doing? But that's boring. You know what's not boring? Cartoons. If you were anything like me growing up, you regularly enjoyed basking in the escapism that was cartoons, especially if you had a poor home life like I did. I have a therapist. To this day, half of my communication with people is just through references and quotes of some of my favorite cartoons and shows growing up, because I was just at the mercy of whatever the TV networks would arbitrarily syndicate. Is that the word, syndicate? On like TV. Now we don't have to worry about that. Now we got streaming services, and like if you want to watch something, you just get to it. So when Disney started advertising a new online game, I also loved gaming. I loved games. When they started advertising a new online game where you gotta be a cartoon, you gotta play a cartoon, asking me if I'm toon enough. I'm toon enough. I was excited. That targeted marketing, sometimes it hits. I like never talked to my dad on the phone. We were separated, so he would make phone calls and my sister would talk to him. But I wouldn't talk to him because I was traumatized from being separated from him from a young age. But I remember talking to him on the phone this one time. I was like, Dad, I gotta, just begging him for a ToonTown subscription. And needless to say, he bought it, because he wanted some part of happiness in his growing child's life. I played this game all the time. I remember running around ToonTown Central eating up ice cream cones to regain health. And then I was like blasting music from YouTube. I was listening to Numb by Linkin Park, and then I would have to exit and then reload the video because there wasn't like YouTube Repeat or like really things. I guess there was like Napster and stuff, and I kind of did that. I don't know why I didn't do it in that case. Basically, the way the game worked were there are these things called gags. In cartoons how they have like bottles of seltzer and they have like squirt guns and pies and stuff, and that was basically your artillery against these things called the cogs, which were these dreary, gray, sad robot types that basically foreshadowed the corporate roles that all of us children would find ourselves eventually shelled into and stuck into in our adult lives. But for the time being, they were just these sad adults, stupid, and you throw a pie in their face. I made so many friends, and we go to each other's houses in the game, and we like buy items and stuff, and then we go to the park and ride the trolley to get jelly beans so we could pay our rent and play Mario Party but bad mini games and partake in the in-game consumerism based economy and which was basically brainwashing us to become happy little workers. And then they had farming, which wasn't really farming. It was just kind of like you could plant jelly beans and they would turn into flowers, and then you would water the flowers and you would get like a gold watering can, which I don't know why you would want the gold watering can because it didn't really give you anything except like it improved the farming thing that wasn't even that fun to begin with. In fact, I don't even know why I brought up farming. Oh yeah, I remember why I brought up farming, because you gain levels from it. That ToonTown was the beginning of like all my horrible addictions to these MMORPGs where I just watched the numbers go up and these colorful bars fill up, and those bars, they fill up with numbers, then like they reset, and then the numbers that the cap that you have to get even higher, and then you just grind it out even more, and then that keeps going forever and you don't stop, and then because of that you don't know how to handle life because everything in your brain has become gamified. What happened to ToonTown though? The kids grew up. Yeah. Several years back, they eventually shut down the servers, and ToonTown Online was no more. But that's the sad reality of life. Things fall apart. New exciting things arise in the east as old tired things set in the west of our weary minds. But perhaps it is best this way. We can look back upon these lovely little moments fondly in our memories and not taint them by having the capability to truly revisit them once more in our new, imperfect, cynical adult forms. Just kidding. You know how like a lot of online games, I think like World of Warcraft Classic was a thing at one point, basically games that were no longer officially like had their official release, a lot of them like the fans took the code and like made them into like, so for ToonTown there's ToonTown Rewritten, and you can play that still today. I haven't recently, but when I was in college I was obviously depressed for one spring break, and I played ToonTown Rewritten. It was for free. It was super fun. And I watched those bars go up all over again, leveling up. You know, when you grow up and turn to the comforts of your childhood, desperately grasp onto some semblance of familiarity as you continue to spiral into the terrifying unknown and uncertainty, ever unfolding in a never-ending cascade of information and failures and rejection and difficulties and coming of ages and crushed dreams and dashed hopes and friendships that seem to crumble apart in your hands, first into the tiniest grains of sand, then nothing, then oblivion. This video is already too long, and I already lost the point of what I was trying to say. Basically, what I was trying to say is like ToonTown was really cool, and it was when I was a kid, and I didn't hate everything yet. I used to like everything. Now I don't. Well, no, but I'm getting better though. Again, I have a therapist, so we're figuring that stuff out. But basically, I want you to take your inner child, grab him firmly by the shoulder. No, actually, don't grab him too hard. Just grab him softly. Don't even grab him. Just sit him down. Have one of those inward meditation moments with your inner child and be like, hey. And ask them, genuinely, are you tuned enough? That's how I end the video, okay? Y'all remember ToonTown?